What is up, everybody? It is your boy Triple G93 here. I know I'm throwing things for a loop. This is supposed to be a non-commentary channel, but I decided to mix things up for a little bit and see how this is gonna go. I am going to commentate my own Halo Wars game because replays aren't a thing in Halo Wars 2. RIP. And so the way I opened up, got a supply depot, made an extra marine right away. Noticed that they sent out all 3 grunts to go get the power, so I said, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab all the supply around me. Now, next thing I made was a generator and then a supply depot, and so then after that, I think I'm gonna end up getting another generator afterwards, just based off the timing of my supplies that I've gotten. And it would have been a little bit faster if it wasn't for the fact that this marine right here did not want to go ahead and grab these supplies the first time I commanded to do so. Anyways, I know, it's a surprise. I'm doing a commentary video. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see where it goes. I have a full-time job. I'm working on a project on the side. It's not something I can do all the time, but maybe something weekly. I don't know. I appreciate the love and support that I've been getting regardless. Thank you so much. And so, this is my gift in return back to you all. And it's going to hopefully improve my games because I get to go back at it, look at it, commentate it, and see the mistakes I've made and things I can do better. So that was a very well-timed generator that ended up getting built there. And it looks like I'm going to go armory, so now the next step should be to go ahead and try and grab that mini base if possible. Now, based off the timing, I think I'll have enough to get the mini base and get the leader out on time appropriately. So there's about 9 seconds left. I'm still not even at the 200 mark for the supply, for the power. So there we go, we got that mini base that's going on, and then our leader is getting made, so it's relatively good timing. So I have 3 marines still, one at the mini base that is going to end up moving out soon. Yep, they're both moving out. Enemy took a mini base off the middle, and our teammate also took a mini base on our side as well in the middle. So you have orange and red being together. If you look at the mini map, they're doing something over there, and I noticed that blue has a lot of grunts over there. So I said, you know what, let's get that marine killed. Let's go ahead and retreat those marines, so then that way I will have a little bit of time to go ahead and be ready for that. I decided to go for battle hardened instead of heal. I wanted to test out the veterancy and see if that plays a role, because you do get damage reduction and a damage boost if you get veterancy. So, and with the healer tower being right next to me, I want to go ahead and try this out. I see that the Forge Hog is here, so the grunts were trying to get the power node, and we were zoning it out pretty well. And I noticed that there was an elite enforcer in that army as well. So I have a great Spartan slam, and I don't really mean that great because he ends up missing the majority of them, but tags 2 of them. We end up killing everything there, and blue ends up retreating, going back both sides. And now I'm upgrading my supply pads, and I'm upgrading my hijack ability. So, fun fact, if you're going to upgrade your leader, you will also have, when you make your leader, you'll have enough to actually upgrade a supply pad, and then you can do your upgrade leader point as well. But I was a little bit behind all that, so that's something I can improve on. So red went over to center, and the reason why I decided to not help red over center is because if I look at the minimap, it's just green and light blue. So the question is, where is dark blue? What is dark blue trying to do? So I went and got a barracks at the bottom side because I just have an inkling feeling that blue is going to go ahead and try and sneak around, which is why I have a grunt at hold at my power node. And orange is doing some great connections to try and take out that leader. And there you go, blue is popping up on my side. I immediately start to retreat because I know I don't have the numbers currently. So start getting marines going. He used TP, which actually works out because then I get a very good Spartan slam on that. I keep the marines focus fire, and then the Arbiter comes in. So this is where my micro needs to start happening. I have my Spartan out in the back, and then I notice that the Arbiter is going to stay focused on my Spartan. So I'm just going to try and get him removed from the battlefield entirely, and then continue to have my marines to hopefully do some damage. And now I noticed that the Arbiter went back, so I went to retreat it, but then he went back to my Spartan. So then I went back to my crew and my Spartan to go ahead and get him into a better position. Saw suicide grunts at the bottom, so I tried to split as best as possible, and luckily he chose the 2 marines that aren't veterans. And so now I got the grenade ability, We did some more damage on the Arbiter, and now the Forge Hog showed up, and it looks like he'd made a horrible mistake doing all unit retreat, which caused his Arbiter to go ahead and pass out. And because of that, my second base I chose to get is going out just fine, and now I'm going to go ahead and go for a counter push with my teammate. Those Marines are still just chilling there in the hold position, and I'm going to have enough to get a generator. I'm upgrading the Tech 2. Things are looking relatively well, and we're going to go ahead and try and push light blue and green. That's at center because blue just lost everything on that push. So here we come. Got ourselves a Spartan. Got ourselves a Forge Hog and a couple Marines with the grenade ability. We do have a Flame Bat, and I noticed that the leader was there, so I pulled back my Spartan a little bit just to make sure he doesn't get pulled, and he never did. So now I'm continuing the offensive, and now I go for a Spartan Slam right on their leader, and then I go ahead and do some grenade abilities, get my flamethrower on him. I was still scared about the Y move, and the Y move never actually went down. So we went and ended up killing their leader, and I ended up going for the combat mechanic ability, and then I'm also getting an air pad to try and get that Nightingale up as soon as possible. I noticed that my Spartan's getting low in health. Thank God I noticed that. If not, he would have ended up dying a lot sooner. Got the ODST drop, and from here we're upgrading the gen. We're getting more supplies because we're going to start pumping out some more stuff heavily. But given the situation, I'm still trying to fight with red for as long as possible with whatever's left for my Marines. But my Spartan's still out of the field, it's out of commission. Dropped in some ODSTs to go ahead and use that Y ability to try and take out that mini base since it does great building damage. We're getting our armory back so we can go ahead and get our Spartan upgraded. And then I want to go ahead and try and capture that node if possible. So I send a Marine to go ahead and cap that. And now we're going to go ahead and go back to focusing on economy, get ourselves another supply depot going up. And now I'm going to also start pumping out snipers because I know we're dealing with an Arbiter. We're dealing with an Alice, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I don't know the names of some of these people, even though I've been playing this game for a real long time. But anyways, you have light blue at the top, trying to defend the base. I see that cleansing is going. I'm immediately trying to split. The cleansing beam goes on the Forge Hog and then actually tried to follow the Marines. The base is actually still alive, barely. And you can tell he really wants to take out the base. So he puts in the scatter bomb, but I did have ODSTs to go ahead and Y move that, but it worked out that way anyways. So we're gonna make some some snipers. We're gonna upgrade our supply depot, and then the next phase here is trying to get some artillery and siege. So this is something that I like to do because of the fact that we are ahead and blue's on one base, so my economy is looking a lot better than theirs. So he knows I'm going infantry, and I saw his elite enforcers with RB, and so Arbiter is going to be a real problem for me, and so I start pumping out snipers. Now, meanwhile, I have no idea what's going on with Orange on the other side. I've barely checked up on him, but I know on the mini-map he's doing relatively well. I use the mini-map as my point of reference. So then after sending my Marine over and scouting, I'm like, okay, he's going Elite Rangers and he's going Engineers, so I definitely need a factory up. And so that Elite Enforcer took out my Scouting Marine, and then after that there's that garage that I was talking about. Then we're going to get another supply depot because we're getting some more Nightingales, we're going to get some Kodiaks, and we're also going to upgrade our Scout to get that additional vision so we can go ahead and try and take advantage of their one base play that they're currently on. So I'm just playing patiently, waiting for my situation, getting my army a little bit more beefier. My economy is pretty much at a 2-base play, unupgraded, fully upgraded second base. It's very rare to do that because it's 1,000 power. There is a battle happening at light green with red, and it looks like they did ended up taking out a base over there, which is really nice. And I noticed that blue started attacking orange's mini base, so I was like, okay, if that's going to happen, then let's just for sure our defenses just to make sure he doesn't flank on the side, which is why I made that turret. But let's go ahead and push orange blue, because his hero's out of position. And long and behold, we ended up finding that. So snipers are coming in to go ahead and do some damage, and the shield generator went up at the perfect time, let me remind you. But I do have enough for an ODST drop that's going to end up happening, so I go ahead and do that. He does his ability over there, so I'm going to go ahead and retreat a little bit. And then I will have more Y moves. I'm going to be able to do so. Going to get my vehicle upgraded because I also got reinforcements upgraded. And now it's just a siege game where I know blue is just going to sit in his base. I have snipers that's going to outrange him, so he's going to have to find a way to push. And he does. He's trying to push this. He uses his ability, but I have a great Cyclops drop with a Spartan Slam to go ahead and stun as well. The Elite Rangers are taking out some of my ODSTs, but honestly, I have way more. And he can't really keep up with this damage output that I'm putting out right now. Take out his leader. Siege just went down, and after that, you see a big self-destruct on the base. There goes the rest of his army as well. So, this game is pretty much coming to a wrap. You have light blue coming in, so I go in for a full retreat. I have my snipers doing a little bit of damage on the Spartans, but I want those mines to take some hits. Then I turn around because he just took a lot of damage from those mines, and rest is history. He ends up going down. I did lose about a sniper or two. He does get veterancy from it, but other than that, we take out that army. So Orange 1 is laying on that side. Red did some great assistance as mid, going from Orange's side to my side and vice versa. Very great play by both of my teammates, and stopping Blue from trying to go for that quick flank early rush pressure didn't really work out in his favor. So yeah, that's it for now. This is, hopefully you enjoy the commentary. You know, I really just love commentary as a whole, which is why I decided to do this. And I love Halo Wars 2, even though it is at a weird state as it is. But with that being said, that is it for now. You have a splendid one. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed commentating it. You look at the stats, we were all positive. 15, 15, 13 units lost, and 35, 38, and 16, we all went positive. G out.